Well, hello everyone, this is Emrys from cruisehive.com. Here's your cruise news update with all the major stories from the week, with some cancellations, itinerary changes, and yes, even a cruise that lasts for an incredible 274 nights, but you might have to rob a bank to be able to go. Well, it's time to get updated on all the latest cruise news, and as usual, it was another busy week across the cruise industry. What a surprise! We've got updates on cruise lines now accepting guests with mixed vaccination, a Royal Caribbean cruise ship forced to cancel, itinerary changes for 3 Carnival cruise ships, Holland America's new ship sails, and of course the ultimate world cruise announced by Royal Caribbean. Just before we do get started, do feel free to like and subscribe to the Cruise Hive YouTube channel and post a comment down below to add your view on any of the featured news stories. Alright, so let's start with the big news of the week, which Royal Caribbean was building up to for a day or so thanks to a social media post by the cruise line's CEO. It's going to be a cruise to remember, that's for sure, with Serenade of the Seas sailing a 274-night ultimate world cruise, which will be the longest out there. The voyage will commence from Miami, Florida on December 10th, 2023 and end back in Miami on September 10th, 2024. Guests are pretty much living on the ship for almost a year. If you really do like cruising, then this is for you. For sure. As usual, when it comes to long world cruises, the voyage can be split up into segments and guests don't have to sail the full 274 nights. There will be 4 different expeditions which are shorter and each covers different regions around the world. Alright, so we've got the Round the Horn, Americas and Antarctica expedition segment. This departs December 10th, 2023 from Miami, Florida and ends in Los Angeles, California on February 11th, 2024. The itinerary includes 3 continents, 36 destinations and 4 wonders of the world. Then there's the Wonders of Asia and the Pacific expedition segment. That departs Los Angeles, California on February 11th, 2024 and ends in Dubai, United Arab Emirates on May 9th, 2024. The itinerary covers 3 continents, 40 destinations and 3 wonders of the world. Then there's the Middle East Treasures and Marvels of the Med expedition segment. This departs on May 9th, 2024 from Dubai, United Arab Emirates and ends in Barcelona, Spain on July 10th, 2024. The voyage covers 3 continents, 44 destinations and 4 wonders of the world. And then finally, there's the Capitals of Culture segment. This departs on July 10th, 2024 from Barcelona, Spain and ends in Miami, Florida on September 10th, 2024. This will be the end of the entire 274 nights and includes 3 continents and 40 destinations. Wow, wow and wow. So bookings are open to everyone from October 26th and it's going to be an interesting cruise for sure, and let's see how this one-of-a-kind cruise will sell. Is it gonna sell out? Let's see. The cheapest price for an interior stateroom starts from, wait for it, $54,899 per person with a pay-in-full savings of 10%. Otherwise it would cost, alright, you might have to sit down for this, it would cost $60,000 $999 per person for an interior stateroom. Yes, an interior stateroom. What do you think of the world cruise from Royal Caribbean then? You might have to rob a bank or something to be able to go. Do let us know in the comments below what you think. Holland America Line's Rotterdam cruise ship departed on its maiden voyage on Wednesday, October 20th from Amsterdam in the Netherlands. The vessel is now sailing a 14-day transatlantic crossing that will end at the ship's new home port in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. It was a huge moment for the cruise line, which is still resuming cruise operations across the fleet due to the suspension of operations that first started in spring 2020. There was a ribbon cutting ceremony held to welcome guests on board for the first time. So following the maiden voyage, Rotterdam will sail Caribbean cruises from November 2021 through April 2024 from Fort Lauderdale. The ship will offer a range of 6 to 11 day itineraries covering the entire region. There will also be Holland America Collector's Voyage that offers more in-depth exploration on back-to-back cruises. So all cruises that Rotterdam will sail include a call at the cruise line's private island Half Moon Cay in the Bahamas, which is a stunning island which you all need to experience. It's always a popular and much loved visit for guests, not just with Holland America Line but also Carnival Cruise Line. So the ship has a guest capacity of 2,668 and the gross tonnage is 99,500. While the CDC's testing requirements before a cruise certainly do offer cruise lines the chance to avoid possible positive cases on board, the timeline of testing within 48 hours before departure is causing significant issues for many passengers, especially those flying in from destinations far away from the embarkation port are facing difficulties. To help these guests out, Princess Cruises now offers testing at the terminal just as a backup. The testing procedure at the terminal will not come cheaply, and guests will certainly choose to have this as a backup option only. So at $150 per person, terminal testing is considerably more expensive than standard options such as Walgreens and other private testing facilities. Therefore, the cruise line stresses that guests should only use the terminal testing option if they have not received their results in time, just as a last resort. Besides testing before the cruise starts, guests will likely also undergo testing on board the ship during longer voyages. This will be done on select cruises, including Panama Canal full transit and trips of 15 days or longer. The onboard test will likely occur 3 to 5 days into the cruise. For voyages 15 days and longer, specifically Princess Cruises will test guests every 7 days. Royal Caribbean, Celebrity Cruises and Carnival Cruise Line have all updated their protocols to now allow guests on board with mixed vaccination. The cruise lines have been busy updating details on their websites. With the wording slightly different for each cruise line, it's all pretty much the same, with guests being called fully vaccinated with mixed vaccines that are approved by the Food and Drug Administration, also known as the FDA, or have an emergency use listing by the World Health Organization, also known as the WHO. So for example, guests can still be classed fully vaccinated if they have mixed dosages, such as 1 dose of the AstraZeneca plus 1 dose of the Pfizer or Moderna at least 14 days before departure. Those participating in the US Novavax clinical trial and receiving the final dose will also be accepted to be fully vaccinated. There are some exceptions to accepting guests with mixed vaccinations due to ports of call that may not follow the same protocols. So the ports in other countries may follow a different set of guidelines that don't necessarily align with the CDC in the US. That's very important to remember. It's all still changing, so don't forget to always check for the latest updates from the cruise line if you do have a cruise booking in the coming months. Even though the cruise industry is making a comeback, it's not entirely straightforward, including ongoing itinerary changes and port adjustments for Carnival Cruise Line. The communication sent out impacts 3 Carnival cruise ships, including 2 itineraries for Carnival Legend out of Baltimore, 2 itineraries for Carnival Horizon from Miami, and 11 itineraries for Carnival Sunrise, also from Miami. So Carnival Legends November 14th, 2021, February 13th, 2022 and November 27th, 2022 sailings will now be to Nassau, Princess Keys and Freeport, all in the Bahamas. The ship's December 26, 2022 and January 22nd, 2023 sailings are changed to Princess Keys, Nassau and Freeport, also all in the Bahamas. So for Carnival Horizon cruises out of Miami, Florida, there are just 2 itinerary changes. The November 21st, 2021 itinerary will no longer include a call to Bimini, and the ship will instead feature a visit to Nassau in the Bahamas. The December 5th, 2021 cruise will have a total change and will no longer be calling at Jamaica, Grand Cayman and Cozumel. Instead, the voyage will be a Bahamas itinerary to Bimini, Half Moon Cay and Amber Cove. So, the impact for Carnival Sunrise will be across 11 different select itineraries from November 20th, 2021 through to November 19th, 2022. There are specific new itineraries for the ship on departures out of Miami, Florida. Alright, so let's have a look at all those changes and new ports. So, for the departure on November 20th, 2021, the ship will sail to Half Moon Cay, Nassau and Bimini. The November 29th, 2021 departure will go to Half Moon Cay, Nassau and Freeport. Departures on December 4th and 28th, 2021 will visit Ocho Rios and Bimini. The December 9th, 2021 cruise will visit Princess Keys and Bimini. December 13th, 2021 will feature Ocho Rios and Nassau. The departure on December 23rd, 2021 will visit Grand Turk, Half Moon Cay or Key, however you want to say it, and also will visit Nassau. Departures on January 15th, 2022, February 12th, 2022, March 26th, 2022, and February 11th, 2023 will visit Amber Cove and Grand Turk. Departures on January 10th, 2022 and April 12th will visit Princess Keys and Nassau. The departure on March 12th, 2022 will visit Grand Turk, Princess Keys and Nassau. The departure on April 9th, 2022 will visit Nassau, Princess Keys and Grand Turk. And then finally, the departure on November 19th, 2022 will visit Nassau and Princess Keys. The restart of operations for Spectrum of the Seas has not been smooth so far. After operations started on October 14th, Royal Caribbean was forced by the Hong Kong Department of Health to cancel the October 21st cruise. Spectrum of the Seas had been scheduled to sail a seacation, where the vessel will be at sea close to the port for 4 nights on a cruise to nowhere. The reason is an initial positive test for a crew member on board the ship. The crew member, who had been fully vaccinated and had been infected with the disease before in July of this year, tested positive for COVID with very low viral loads during routine tests on board Spectrum of the Seas. The crew member was brought ashore for further tests. So 1,000 out of 1,200 guests who had started boarding were told by the captain that Royal Caribbean had cancelled the cruise and all guests were to undergo compulsory testing. As it stands now, it seems the crew member has tested negative in subsequent tests in a local hospital. The cancellation comes as Hong Kong experiences some of the strictest measures worldwide. that city is not messing around, I'll tell you that now. The city has reported just over 12,300 cases and sadly 213 deaths. And developing from the initial cancellation of the single cruise, which has been cancelled, of course, authorities have now blocked Spectrum of the Seas from sailing for 21 days. They are seriously not messing about there. It's still developing, and we'll make sure you're all kept up to date over on cruisehive.com. So those were just some of the cruise news headlines from the week. We've got even more over on cruisehive.com, including Viking Cruises sailing from Fort Lauderdale for the first time. Carnival Radiance completes transformation and heads for the US, finally. Yes, we've got half-price cruises being offered from Princess Cruises. 7 celebrity cruise ships to sail Europe in 2023. And of course, as I'm recording this today, yes, it's the Mardi Gras naming ceremony. So don't forget to check all the latest developments on that over on the website. We've also got loads more news over there. Well, it's just been another busy week of cruise news, right? If you did find the video informative at all, then do feel free to like and subscribe to the channel so we know you like being updated on all things cruise. I'm Emrys from cruisehive.com. Thanks again everyone for your time, and I'll see you all soon.